After months of advocating for their members to be vaccinated against COVID-19, some Regina police officers now have their first shot. Over the weekend, the drive-thru clinic at Evraz Place had a lull in the lineup, and that left room for some officers to join the queue.
There's people that were shedding tears afterwards that it had been done, and they couldn't believe that it finally happened after all this time, and just a huge sense of relief that they had been prioritized.
The provincial government is calling these jabs given to police the kickstart of first responders getting immunized in Regina. But it comes after recent comments from the province saying it would not be prioritizing groups due to limited vaccine supply.
And we had a very slow time in our drive-thru. Instead of closing down that drive-thru, Mr. Speaker, we thought we would maximize that, and we called on the Regina Police to be able to send some members out that were frontline to be able to protect them.
Once the current priority groups are vaccinated, the province says more police officers, firefighters, and public health inspectors in Regina are next. And in 2 weeks, pharmacists will be able to deliver COVID vaccines as well. Any staff working in a place where those vaccines are being administered will also be eligible to receive their jab. The Premier says this is possible due to less than expected uptake of the vaccine in Phase 1 healthcare workers.
We did prioritize in Phase 1, just over 40,000 healthcare workers here across the province. We had an uptake of just over 27,000, about 68% of healthcare workers went and received their vaccine, which leaves about 13,000 unallocated doses, Mr. Speaker, which is about the amount of the remaining healthcare workers that were not in that Phase 1, and so we're going to prioritize them.
But the updated priority list leaves others wondering about teachers, many of whom are returning to in-class learning this week.
The health minister keeps bragging about his vaccine plan, but he never mentions that we lead the nation in COVID cases. He's like a hockey coach bragging about his goalie stats, but they're losing every game, Mr. Speaker.
The opposition NDP is criticizing the government, saying it's an ad hoc vaccination plan. It says all frontline workers, including teachers, should be given priority for the COVID-19 vaccine. Mickey Judich, CBC News, Regina.